Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. We are back at it again with some trails through Daybreak II. You know how it is. We are on our major housekeeping arc. It's been like 4 streams of housekeeping, not gonna lie. It's kind of nuts how much like party member like dialogue and shit we have for this like beach arc. It's reminding me a bit of like, it's like an Eventide light from like Cold Steel 4. I think it was Cold Steel 4, right? But anyways, yeah, chill day. We went out. We put together most of a set list for coming Saturday when we end up doing our karaoke, so that's good. And I don't necessarily intend to do like a ton tonight. I'm probably estimating that we're just gonna like get through maybe like all of our connections, some of the activities. Maybe a little bit of like a cliffhanger for the next time when we play on Friday. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that being said, maybe let's go ahead and start talking with people. Because I think there were a few...
Lantern launched!
Oh, right. We didn't do the Phantom thing. There was the Phantom thing and then 2 connection events we can end up taking. It's not fair that the Grouse Ritter get to be here. I'm interested in what they're up to, but I like all of my employees. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm not gonna miss Fairy Aaron. That's peak duo right there. And then I really like Judith. Judith the Silly. I don't know if I've warmed up especially to like Celis and Leon in the same way I have for like any of these party members. Like, my main take for them is like, oh, I'm interested in what the Grouse Ritter are up to, more so than I'm interested in them. So I guess we'll end up making like a save, just to, like, check it out. You know how it is. Won a duel using a deck you never used before in Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's get it. We love a winner. Congrats. Yeah, those 2 Grouse Ritter are just there for plot. Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of the vibe.
Let me ask you something.
Ben took out the pictures he borrowed from Tossin and began to explain the situation. So I got 2 drinks in front of me tonight. One that will severely cripple me in a way that like I won't go to bed. But it's cold. It's got ice. It's refreshing. But I also have water. Equally refreshing. I'm gonna move the one that will kill me away. I made some like gamer subs for myself like way earlier. Cause I had like a work meeting that I had to do. And I just kind of like put that together. Been a while. I've been actually pretty far removed from like caffeine for like a couple of weeks now. Like I want to say, gosh, it's almost been like a month. Like a solid month where I haven't really had like gamer subs or coffee. Vance got the picture you bought. Oh, I already said that. Yeah. I see. That certainly does look a bit spooky. With you being the manager and all, I thought maybe you might have some idea of what it could be. Anything come to mind? Well, to be frank, I don't think I've ever heard talk of ghosts around here. That's not to say we haven't had a few slightly odd disturbances, of course. Mind telling me about them? Certainly. One of our guests was taking a walk one night when they said they saw an enormous, terrifying shadow. People were concerned about the possibility of it being a monster, but after conducting an investigation the following morning, we came to the conclusion that it was likely only a wild animal. That's still not good. Because the street lamps were stretching its shadow, it seemed much larger than it actually was. Oh, yeah, guess that makes sense. Knowing there hasn't been any ghost sightings in the past is helpful on its own, though. I'm sorry I couldn't provide you with any more information. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do to assist you. Sure thing. Thanks. Guess I'd better keep working my way down the list. Yeah, take the dangerous liquid plus water. I'll get diluted dangerous liquid. I mean, it kind of already is. We have so much ice in that bad boy. It's already diluted to hell. But like, that don't mean the caffeine's gone. Like, I'll just have to drink more of it to get the exact same amount of caffeine, no? Like, it's not something that just like degrades inside the cup. I will be ingesting like 400, 500 milligrams of caffeine. Is that the right amount? Is that like a crazy amount? I feel like I remember coffee having like 300 milligrams a cup or something. Shizuna, what do you know about exorcisms and ghosts?
Got a question for you.
Sorry to cut into your fun. But can I ask you a work-related question? Huh? Sure, go for it. Vanta got the picture he borrowed from Dawson and began to explain the situation. I see. Chasing down a ghost, huh? Sounds like a pretty fun job. Kind of fitting for this island, don't you think?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, it's nothing to worry about. At least, for the time being anyways.
Look, if you're not gonna tell me, you could at least stop being so foreboding.
Anyways, to answer your question about my abilities, yeah, I can detect evil spirits. Can even exorcise them too. But based on this picture, I don't really think that's what you'll need from me. That's not to say Tarzan isn't being haunted though.
Well, would you mind stopping by to take a look at him? I get the feeling he wants a diagnosis straight from the horse's mouth.
Sure, I don't mind. Why don't we head over now? Oh yeah, you're hella haunted.
Hey Dawson, brought somebody to see you. I'm sorry, but who are you, miss? Geez, someone important from the east. Got a talent for seeing spirits, too.
My name's Shizuna. Nice to meet ya, Mr. Ex-CEO.
Yes, likewise. I don't believe I quite understand, but whatever insight you can offer would be most appreciated. Was there something you noticed about the picture?
I didn't get the sense that there's something ghoulish going on, if that's what you mean. But I figured I could at least check you out, just in case. Yeah, just as I thought, you're no host to a ghost. You do seem to be giving off some pretty negative vibes, though.
Negative vibes?
I guess it might make more sense to say he's irritated or annoyed. Those dog tags are marked with Van Arkride. Here, let me put it like this. Strong negative vibes attract bad things. Usually it's just general misfortune, but other times it's evil spirits. Anyways, I don't know your situation, but I'd recommend trying not to worry too much. Do something to get out of the slump you're in.
Wow, wasn't expecting to give this guy life advice. The reason I came here in the first place was to refresh myself. I just had so much bad luck lately. Well, nevertheless, I appreciate your suggestion. However, none of that explains anything about the white haze in the picture of mine. Do you know what it could be?
Well, at the very least, I don't think it was a ghost or a human.
What's that supposed to mean?
I may know a thing or two about spirits, but I'm not a medium, you know. Guess it's just something you'll have to rack your brains about.
Alright then. Thank you again for your help. Yeah, thanks for your time.
I've been kind of like getting into Far Cry 6. It's been my... It sucks because like I wanted to play like Expedition, but then like I thought I don't want to play something with the story that I'll care about. So I started playing Far Cry 6 instead. When I know I should be playing Expedition instead because it's really, really good. But like for some reason I've been dragged into the hole of mediocre. Hello, how you doing? Happy Wednesday, hope you're having a good one, Mr. Legends Gamer.
Guess I better keep working my way down the list.
Because like the other option that was like kind of like hanging around in my mind as like a thing to play that I like could like not be invested in that much was like replaying Diablo 2. Because I've been kind of getting in the hankering to like play, I guess specifically Diablo 2. Like Diablo 4 looks okay, like it's on Game Pass. But like there's something about like the old Diablo Necromancer, because I want to play a Necromancer, that like kind of speaks to me at a more like fun level than like the Necromancer in Diablo 4. I feel like maybe Diablo 4 is like a little too live service for me to be like interested in picking up. we kind of yearn for a game to just fuck around in, and I guess that's why we picked up Far Cry 6. Also, let me change my chat. Leon. Junpei. Yeah, I'm down in the RPG rabbit hole after Oblivion. Oblivion, like, I wouldn't say like the Oblivion story is that great either, and maybe that's why I was able to like really just fucking hunker down and play it for as long as I did. And I'm kind of in the mood to play something also equally brainless and like open world and like task completion type shit. So here I am. Why can't I just sit down and play good games? Well, I mean, it is a good game, but, you know.
Let me ask you something.
Sorry to spring this on you out of nowhere. Can I get your take on something?
Why, certainly. It is a clergyman's duty to lend an ear to those who seek one, no matter how disreputable they may be.
Could have gone without that last bit, but thanks.
Dan took out the picture he borrowed from Dawson and began to explain the situation. So, you wish to know what this ghost really is? I'm not sensing anything odd from this picture itself, but knowing it was taken on this island does make me wonder.
It's a bit more ominous than I was expecting.
I think I should meet with Tossend. I'll explain in more detail there.
Oh, are you a priest with the Septian Church?
That is correct. My name is Leon, and I am what some call a wandering priest. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. The picture Van shared with me didn't give much to go on, so I thought it'd be better to meet with you directly.
So, you think there's something going on with them?
Worry not, friend. I don't sense any spirits on your person.
Really? That's quite a relief to hear from a priest.
However, it would be prudent to keep your wits about you. This whole island has been stained by some sort of stagnant energy.
What? What do you mean, stained?
Just as it sounds. I felt a very particular sensation ever since we stepped foot here. It's as if a dark cloud is looming over the entire island. I won't know more until I've had a chance to conduct a more thorough investigation, however. At any rate, it's not uncommon for spirits to congregate in places with an excess of energy. Even if you aren't being actively haunted at the moment, it's still possible that something has its eye on you. I'd suggest you stay indoors after nightfall. I would also be mindful not to get into any mishaps during the day either.
I see. So much for being relieved.
Well, this was definitely a strange turn of events. Thanks for your help, Leon. Not at all. I'm glad to be of assistance. If you have no further need of me, I'll go ahead and take my leave. Farewell.
Alright, I think that's just about everybody. Heard a lot of different opinions, but nothing really substantial. Maybe I'll have better luck investigating around where the picture was taken.
Ghosts? We're spending a night at the abandoned church type shit? So Van made his way to the abandoned church. Qasim?
What are you doing here? Oh, it's you. I was just trying to familiarize myself with the terrain, but I noticed an unusual aura coming from that abandoned church. What do you mean? I mean, I'm definitely catching a whiff of something, but I can't quite place what it is. I'd say it's because you lacked the proper training. Anyways, I'm assuming you have business over there. You could say that. Somebody asked me to take a look around for him.
I forgot how Qasim sounds. I mean, I'm never really that close, but I feel like I've given a lot of people like 3 or 4 different voices at this point. Van showed Qasim the picture of Tossin and told him about his fears regarding the apparition.
I see. It would seem that Vern's former CEO still has a number of unresolved anxieties. That being said, I'm surprised the Spriggan would even take a job like this. What, got a problem with that? The only reason I took the guy on was because I didn't want him getting any more carried away than he already is. Anyways, what did you think about the picture? Anything stand out to you? Not particularly. I thought the white blur was odd, but nothing more than that. I see. Guess I'll have to keep digging. Well, shall we get going? You're going the same way after all. You're not exactly my ideal partner, but after you, I suppose.
Playable Qasim, perhaps?
So this is it, huh? Sure is a lot more creepy at night. It's very odd for the Septine Church to leave behind ruins like this. You usually only find them near abandoned villages, evacuated due to ongoing conflicts in the area. Now that you mention it, I guess it's pretty strange. Anyways, I've got some investigating to do, so this is where we go our separate ways. You'll find no argument from me, however. I would like to know how you end up resolving this issue. You thinking it might be related to that weird feeling you mentioned earlier? Yes, and I prefer to have as much evidence as possible before drawing any conclusions. Well, if you find anything on my end, or if I find anything on my end, I'll be sure to fill you in. Appreciate it. We'll speak later. Good luck.
And it's two guys doing a haunted house challenge.
Alright, still have no clue what made that white haze. Guess I'll try using shard search to see what I can find. If I can pick up a trail somewhere, it might lead me to an answer. Maybe something inside could offer a hint or two.
Finally fixed that PS5 controller. Let's go, big.
A reading. You should investigate the area.
Is it gonna be that, like, weird shrine here that I noticed? It's gone.
The tracks seem to end here. Their pattern makes me think that it's got some level of intelligence, though. But there's no way it's human. It's gotta be a monster. The only question is what kind? And does it actually have anything to do with all the ghost business? Plus, the footprints are incredibly round. I feel like I've seen them somewhere before.
Sheep? Have the sheep returned? The mischievous sheep? Beat up orbital lighter lies discarded on the ground.
What's an orbital lighter doing here? Looks like it's been through hell and back. Still got some life left in it though. I doubt somebody from the villa would litter like this. Must have belonged to a tourist. I'm guessing they came out here at night to see how long they could hold out in a test of courage. They probably got scared and dropped their lighter and ran for it.
Dropping a lighter, though, kinda fucked, no? That's like a fire waiting to happen. I guess you would need something to like ignite the lighter, but still. Awesome, was good.
There's so much potential to be concerned about, but our investigation will be ending shortly regardless. Come speak with me once your own is complete.
Yeah, the problem was the battery managed to die. As it were. I always imagine like replacing batteries, especially for like controls that don't have like replaceable batteries. I would imagine they'd be a bit expensive. Hopefully it wasn't like too pricey. Or there was like a nice workaround for it.
What's this, a medallion? I think it's got an engraving of Idios on it. Seems pretty old.
The goddess in the sky.
It's all cracked too. Almost seems like somebody smashed it underfoot. Makes sense for something like this to be left behind in an abandoned church, but something about it feels off. I guess this covers everything I wanted to look at. I don't think there's anything else worth examining here. Better go back and report to Qasim. Already done with your investigation. That was faster than I expected. Well, it's not like it's a big church. Anyways, figure out what that weird aura was about? No, seems I was just a bit too late. It appears to be unrelated to your photograph issue, however. You don't say.
Excuse me. Ariel? We get the whole gang in here on this test of courage?
Ariel, what are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing? I'm here to investigate the photo I took, of course. I felt kind of guilty, so I thought I might as well lend you a hand to make up for it. I figured you would want to take a look in the church, so I decided to come out here myself.
Lucky guess.
I didn't know you'd be working with someone from Marduk, though. Hope I'm not intruding.
Not at all. Actually, you might just be right on time. It would seem Van's determined the true identity of your ghost.
Already?
Oh, it's pretty easy to piece together once you look at the evidence. First, there was a small round tracks. Then there was the abandoned lighter and the cracked medallion. But out of those three, the one that points to the identity of the white haze is...
I would say there's two ways this could go. You could say the reflection of the cracked medallion bled into the photo somehow. I didn't see where it was in the window. So I would, if they let me walk back up there, I could answer this like clearly. And then if it's not that, then yeah, it's the tracks. I don't see how the lighter would play into this as a correct answer. Guide time! Daybreak II. Yeah, small round tracks. Yeah, one day I'll play Professor Layton and or Ace Attorney. We've had Ace Attorney on the brain. I actually bought the trilogy, and it would be nice to play. A lot of reading though, but I guess that's not really a problem since I'm also doing that for like Uta and like Trails. So like, if I can do that, I think I could do either of those games just fine.
The small round tracks I found using shard search. Those are the key.
Round tracks? What do you mean?
From them we can infer that we're dealing with the monster that doesn't have legs. But if it could fly, there'd be no tracks at all, so it hops. Put that together with small and round, and there's only one thing it could be. A palm.
Palm? Sorry, I'm not super familiar with monsters. I'm drawing a blank.
Palms inhabit every region of Zemuria. It is a little surprised they would be here as well. They're incredibly adept at blending into their surroundings. However, they're also quite skittish. Personally, I haven't seen many around lately. I've heard there have been recent sightings of a special shiny type that glows. They come in a whole variety of colors, but the white one is the most common.
Maybe I've never seen one because they're so good at hiding. I guess the only question left is how that white haze or palm ended up in my shot.
Yeah, that's the important part. You said you had a flash on when you were taking the picture of Tossin, right? My guess is that our little friend was hiding outside the church, but was startled when the light went off. They must have left behind Tossin at just the right moment.
Oh, you're right. That would explain everything. I'm not so sure Mr. Tossin would accept it unless we show him some kind of photographic evidence, though. You think we can get it to pop out again if we take another picture with the flash on?
I'm not so sure. Honestly, I feel like I probably spooked it just by entering the chapel. But given the tracks that Van found, I assume it's still somewhere around here.
You think maybe it's too scared to come out? Guess I'll just have to find some other way to convince Mr. Tossin.
Actually, I think I can lure it out. We've come this far, right? Might as well get some solid proof. This should be interesting.
Huh? Come the fuck out, Palm! Fight! They cloak? It really worked. I better grab some photos. Do they? They don't really fight that hard, huh?
How nimble should we give chase? Well, we can't just let him go. It'd be dangerous to let a monster roam about on the main road.
Sure.
Looks like we got the little guy cornered. But he seems to have called for reinforcements. They're closing in on us.
What are those? Those are giant.
Just stay calm and keep close. Allow me to lend a hand.
Deploying shards!
You know, we got like 40 evasion on Ben. Still got hit twice.
Got your number. Chance. It's go time. Stay on guard.
I hope Vandalize is linked and it's not Sunray. Sunray's cool. I haven't really given it a good look on stream yet though. But I want to hit everyone. So we're gonna hit everyone. Possum is gonna do nothing this fight, probably. No, he's gonna do something. He's gonna get a hit in.
Give them your all!
Brace yourself. Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
This one's yours, Homsine! Chance!
Comseam? What?
Full boost. Go all out. Attack their weakness with an art.
Is that like a nickname or
Watch your six.
Activating skill.
Take that!
is there like a delay on saying his name? I've always said it like Qasim.
Breathe your last. All set. Come on! Strike!
Oh man, he had what the? He
Don't
had
stop
time to
now,
S-craft. He was able to charge up his laser.
Take that! We're done! Go! Activating skills.
All clear. Ew, that palm was a hell of a lot tougher than he looked.
Nice job, you two. I was able to get some great pictures during all the commotion. The palm was so fast, some of the shots came out a little blurry too. I'm sure Mr. Tossin will be convinced once he gets a look at these.
Nice work, kid. Guess I'll be able to wrap up this job after all. What about you? Got anything else to take care of? Actually, I think I'll be retiring for the evening. I still have some lingering concerns, but it would be best to review the whole situation before taking action. I see. Review the situation, huh? Guess I should probably do that myself. Especially with all the weird stuff we've run into lately.
Well, if you're ready, what do you say we head back to the villa?
And so the three made their way back towards the villa with Qasim saying farewell partway along the route. On their arrival, Van and Marielle decided to pay a visit to Tossin's room. You're right. The monster is about the same shape as the blur in the other photograph. Right, so you weren't actually being haunted. The palm just happened to pop up in the middle of the shot. That's all there was to it, huh? I'm ashamed at how much I let this whole thing ruffle my feathers.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tossin, it's all my fault. If I had just checked the photos more carefully before I handed them over, none of this would have happened.
If anyone deserves blame, it's that monster for getting in the way. This was no fault of your own.
Well, I appreciate you for saying so.
Still, if we take into account what Miss Shizuna and the priest had to say, it sounds rather likely that we could encounter some spiritual phenomena in the future. Best to be prepared at any rate. Perhaps I'll go see if they happen to know of any good precautions to take. Good point. From what they said, there's definitely something strange about this island, spiritual or otherwise. The situation's so complicated already though. This just makes it worse.
Van, are you alright?
Yeah, it's nothing, really. Anyways, if you get into a pinch at night, you could always ask for your roomie for help. I bet he'd be real happy to have something to beat the shit out of. Only problem is, the room might not be intact afterwards. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be comforting or terrifying, but I suppose I'll just have to consider it.
Walter could beat up a What was her name again? I think we had her name. She's on the island too.
Ew, I almost blew our cover.
Both of them?
It's wild that he could tell we were around, even if he is the Qasim.
Kamsin? Oh, that's what we heard.
Even if he is the Kamsin. Worked out today, though. The way things are going, tomorrow ought to be pretty entertaining.
Yeah, maybe. Not that I'm in a hurry to take on any extra work, though. Anyways, they're way more suspicious of the church now, so I'll switch it to a backup location for now.
Roger that.
Oh man, I'd sure like to go mess around with them a bit, but I guess we'll have to save that for later. Looking forward to tomorrow, everybody. We're gonna have one hell of a time.
That takes care of that.
The villain's in the
Deposit
background,
confirmed.
as it were. I mean, it's a fragment. It's an interlude, intermission. Of course, it's gonna get fucking dire at some point. Okay, cool. Next up, then.
What's next?
I hope that's everything. Let me check the guide real quick. So there's the palm and the events. Okay, yeah, we're good. So we're gonna do fairies training for sure, because I like these two a lot. And we'll decide on the last one. Dan decided to go check on Fairy, whom he'd spotted heading towards the island's ruins with a strained look on her face. However, he was surprised to find that someone else had beaten him to the punch.
So you're here too. Figured as much. Like hell you did. I was bored, so I came by to watch. It's not that deep. Anyways, what's your take on that? The way you carry yourself and your weapon has certainly improved. But in the end, the weight of your blade is as ephemeral as it ever was. Feed the fire within you and stoke it well, lest it eventually burn out.
Well, I can keep going. Just one more rematch.
So long as there are still hurdles you've yet to surmount, the outcome will not change. My role here is finished. I'll leave the rest to your boss and colleague.
Van? Aaron? Were you eavesdropping?
Not well enough to slip certain someone's notice. Can't say we're the best choice to fill in for you, though. Seriously, man, how are you gonna chuck your own flesh and blood out like yesterday's trash? There is no filling in to be done. The issue lies with Farida herself. As was stated in Longport, I have nothing more to say on the matter. Not until you're able to face your inner flame.
Barry will undergo Clive, Final Fantasy 16. Ask him.
At this point, I think he gets off on the whole vague and mysterious shtick.
Wait.
At this point, I think he gets off on the whole vague and mysterious shtick. So what now? You want a sparring partner? I'm game. Going against someone as many leagues above you as your brother ain't gonna be much of a crash course. But I could always pass along some of his combat tips from back when he was my instructor.
Man, Aaron. Barry's looking like a knockoff isekai adventure in a James Bond movie. What a very direct thing to say. I don't know how many isekai adventures are in a James Bond movie. This would be the first in my brain. If you really don't mind, then yeah, let's do it. Afterwards, Van and Aaron spent some time helping Fairy with her training. They then decided to take a break once her stamina finally gave out.
Well, still got another fight in me. You up for it?
It's okay. I don't want to put you two out. That's enough training for one evening anyways. Besides, I need to cool off and get some thinking done.
About what Qasim told you. Guess it'd be tough not to dwell on it. Seems like he really gave you the cold shoulder back in Longport too. Was there something he said when you returned home last year?
There's no hiding anything from you, huh, Van?
Your priest's duties went off without a hitch, right?
I did learn that dances that are passed down in my village. Oh wait, I did learn the dances that are passed down in my village, and I performed the ritual like I was supposed to. But apparently, the point of it all went completely over my head. The dance is supposed to communicate some sort of hidden meaning, but I never figured out what it was.
Farida, the true purpose of the ritual is for the Children of the Flame to confront the origin of the Kruga. You must grasp its meaning for yourself and spark the fire inside, sealing you for the times to come. Just as our distant kinsmen once did to fulfill the duties demanded of them long ago. Fail to do the same and you will soon reach your limits. Distant kinsmen? Come to think of it, there's that one tribe in the buffer zone between us and the Empire.
I did great performing the dance itself, but I never realized there was more to it until Qasim said so. What's wrong with me? How can I not even know what the pride of our people is built on? Well, I mean, if they're fucking stringing you along not telling you anything, I mean, of course that's how you wouldn't know. You need to be taught things to learn. You know what I mean? Can't just like raw dog like a dance and find the meaning of life.
Wish I had the answers. All I can say is that your bro's got an even bigger stick up his ass than he did last year. Yeah, the comm scene's a reasonable guy. There's clearly more going on beneath the surface here. Still, everyone's got to figure out their own personal style of facing up to things for themselves. There's a reason your old man's trying to give you the opportunity to broaden your horizons.
Yeah, I think I get what Abe and Kasum are going for here. It's just, even if I do come up with my own answer, how am I supposed to know if it's good enough? Well, I mean, if this is a like internal thing, if it's good enough for you, I think that's the whole point. If it's like a mental thing, it's like, once you think the answer is good, that's enough. The more I mull it over, the more confused I get.
Oh jeez, this isn't like you, small fry. That attitude's just gonna put a damper on your inner flame or whatever. It's times like these when you gotta let loose and live a little.
What you got there?
How about that? Great minds think alike. Huh? Don't tell me you brought some too.
What do we bring? Sparklers! Cute. Wow, look how pretty these sparklers are. They even come in different colors. It's just so... wow.
Can't remember how many years it's been since I last held one of these. They were giving them away for free at the villa, so I figured they'd be a fun way to kill the time. And apparently I wasn't the only one.
That's so sweet of Aaron to also have that for Fairy. Like, damn. Aaron's such a good big brother.
Quit trying to psychoanalyze me. I just got to thinking about how me, my mom, and Alshin used to do this a long time ago. It's not so bad once in a while.
Yeah, definitely. Sparklers sure are strange, huh? They burn a lot weaker than, say, a bonfire, but all the colors and shapes they come in are so mesmerizing. I wonder if it's okay for the Kruga's flames to take different forms too. Maybe it's not all about strength. Maybe each person's flame is colored by the things they've experienced.
If that makes sense to you, then it's all the explanation you need. That's what I always say. You may have a duty to your family, and how you choose to fulfill it, it's up to you. No one else.
This is a nice song.
Same applies to your brother. I bet he had to take a good long look at himself before he managed to choose his own path. Choose his own path, huh?
You're right. Kasum must have gone through this too. Thanks, you two, for everything.
Don't sweat it, small fry. How's with the googly eyes? You got something to confess? Nah, it's just nice to see you cheer up a little. Ain't often you're this thoughtful to Fairy. Guessing you've had a lot on your mind lately. Yeah, well, all that BS with Sao and Gao Long really got under my skin.
Alright, I forgot how to say his name. Gao Lang.
But you know, at some point it hit me. If all I do is sulk behind them, I will never be able to pull ahead. But while you figure out how to face yourself, I'll be right at your side, blazing my trail.
Aaron.
Sounds like a plan to me. I'll do my part to keep your ass afloat, so grind on until you're satisfied with where you end up. Like I need your permission.
It went out. I feel a little bad that we didn't get to share this with the others.
Hey, no time like the present. What do you say we call everyone over? We've got more sparklers than we know what to do with. Might as well go another round.
Okay, I would not miss this fucking Bond story. This is very good. This feels like it's the best one already. It's so pretty. That's what I said.
Yeah, this is a nice change of pace.
Are you seeing this, S?
I'm looking.
Settle down before you burn someone. There are plenty more to spare, so please have at it.
Hell yeah! Keep lighting those babies up! Never a dull moment with this bunch.
Yeah, Sal, you fuckhead. You're not invited to the Sparkler Fest. We hate you.
And last he begins to put things behind him. I'm expecting much out of you, Aaron Way. Keep striving, Farida. Don't stop until you found your answer.
Answer mention, episode Fairy. Once the group had their fill of the sparklers, everyone helped Fairy and Aaron clean up. Despite their reluctance to call it a night, they headed back to the villa together.
I'm sorry for making you worry, but thanks to you, I feel like I'm that much closer to figuring out what my flame should be.
Huh. You know, I think I'm feeling a little better too. Let's all do this again sometime.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a really good one. I like that one a lot. Yeah, Sal acting like the father of Aaron. Fuck this guy. We hate you, Sal.
Lantern launched!
Alright, now... Do we want story? Or do we want Judith? Let me see. What do the connection events say, you know? Looks like Judith and Nina had the hotel staff lug something into their room. They were stocking up on booze and snacks too. Just what are those two planning? Maybe I should poke my head in and see what's up. Kinda sounds like they're gonna sit down and watch a bunch of movies together. Excuse me. And then a moonlit lake. Celis and Leon both trained under Master Beauregard, which makes us all fellow pupils. Looked like the two of them were headed somewhere though, and they brought their weapons with them. Maybe I should follow them, just in case. Well, I mean, that sounds cooler. Okay, you know what? I'll make a save before I hang out with Judith and Nina. I'll find the button.
Launched.
And we'll probably do like Celis and Leon last, because I feel like I might lock that one in. Especially since they only have 2 connections, like, we'll have time. Yeah, Grossritter for lore. Always with the lore. I'm such a big lore head. This is where the other 2 starlets are staying. Or this is where our 2 starlets are staying. Funny that they'd wind up bunking together. Is it? I feel like it makes sense. Forget it, I'm telling you, we have to start with something on the lighter side. But spine-tingling horror is the perfect fit for a resort getaway. What the heck are they arguing about? Hey, you 2 good in there? Van knows, he just wants to hang out. He's lonely. He wants to watch movies. I've been watching movies lately too. You know, even though I haven't been drinking caffeine, I've been kind of staying up really, really late for the past couple days. I've been like sitting on my TV, not like actually, but like I've been sitting on my TV, like apps and stuff while I'm in bed. And I've just been going through like every like streaming platform that like I have access to. And going through like a bunch of movies that I've never sat down and watched all the way. Like, I finished the first movie for The Hobbit today. And it's funny, because like I'm such a big like Lord of the Rings head. Like I've read The Hobbit, I've read Lord of the Rings, and I've watched Lord of the Rings like a billion times. But I've never sat down and watched The Hobbit. So like I watched the first movie kind of properly. Because I have seen it. I've seen it a few times where like I've kind of had it on the side. But like when it's on the side, sometimes I like lose focus, you know, and like I'm like, oh, how'd they end up there? It is what it is, you know. But I sat down and like started it up, and it was pretty good. I don't think it was as good as Lord of the Rings, sure, but I mean it was a fun time. I still need to watch the second and third movie. So I'm probably gonna get to those pretty soon. Just to finally say that I have, because it feels weird to like have grown up being like such a big Lord of the Rings head, and like to this day still haven't had watched the Hobbit movies yet. And like funny too is like I've even watched gosh, what is it? Rings of Power on Amazon. Like I watched all of that, and I still haven't watched The Hobbit. And I think critically, people say Rings of Power is like way, way worse. So it's like funny that like I've never been able to just sit down and watch them. But yeah, I mean, I'm finally getting around to it. That and like a bunch of other movies, a lot of like classics and stuff. Stuff that I never really gave it too much of a thought of like just never like watching. Like, I've never sat down and like fully focused on watching like the entirety of like The Goonies, which is like a classic. or like Sandlot, or gosh, The Shining. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Like, I never watched the Predator movies. And then, gosh, what else did I throw on there? Like Inception and like a couple of HBO series too. But yeah, enough of that. Oh, hello, Van. And what do you think you're doing, barging into a lady's room like you own the place?
Hey, I knocked, didn't I? Your voices were carrying into the hallway. Don't tell me you two were fighting.
Fighting? Pfft, as if. Me and Nina were just planning on spending the evening binging some flicks. The only issue is we can't seem to agree on what to watch first.
So you're putting on a movie marathon, huh? I even brought up a widescreen for the occasion.
Damn. What a familiar setup as like someone who's like traveled. To just like plug in the laptop, the HDMI, the external hard drive with like movies and TV shows. I remember like bringing my laptop around whenever I'd like go around traveling. And that would be when I'd watch my movies. Like, I remember on a trip to Mexico. It was on a trip to Mexico on the drive, I think. I was on my laptop and I watched like the like first and second Raid movie. There is a second Raid movie, right? The Raid. Yeah, The Raid from 2011. And The Raid 2, 2014. Cool stuff. Would recommend. It's a fun movie to watch. Anyways.
You're putting on a movie marathon, huh? I see they've even brought up a widescreen for the occasion.
Yes, we found out that the villa offered a checkout service for them. I figured why not? I mean, how often do me and Nina get a room together? Sure, this is a vacation spot, but there is no shame in relaxing indoors, right?
Doesn't bother me none. All the running around we did earlier probably has you tuckered out. Besides, a pair of top actresses watching movies back to back sounds like a pretty swell time.
Oh yeah? Why don't you join us then?
Ain't this supposed to be more of a girls' night? You wouldn't want some guy spoiling that.
We don't mind in the least. I feel like most of Zemuria would kill for this opportunity. Van, don't fumble. As a matter of fact, we've been hoping to talk film with you for a long time now. Yeah, you can't put a price on raw feedback from a movie buff. So, what are you gonna get your butt in here or not? You can help yourself to anything from the bar too. We'll even let you pick out the first movie to kick us off. Damn, the wink? The Judith wink?
Well, at least we won't have to worry about the paparazzi in a place like this. Alright, I guess I could sit for a bit. And so Van found himself settling in for a watch-a-thon with two of the biggest names in cinema. The atmosphere was rather relaxed, with the three of them talking through the movie they'd seen before, or talking through movies they've seen before. Oh, I remember watching this one. Yeah, this is a dog-eat industry. One night with the Cretan is nothing if it gets me some work. This is getting us nowhere. I'm so tired of all this. I just want to get away. I'll go back to the old me and... Ooh. Nika Marceau is amazing in this. She switches between roles like it's nothing. Yeah, her screen presence is incredible.
Agreed. It's almost chilling how well she can shift the atmosphere. Maybe I should try emulating that. This is a dog-eat-dog industry. One night with the Cretan is nothing if it gets me some work. The way the light left your eyes. This is getting us nowhere. I'm so tired of all this. I just want to get away. I'll go back to the old me and...
Damn.
Bravo, you nailed that. I was beginning to think you were straight up possessed. Oh, stop it. Anyways, back to the movie. The horror Mishi film. 2 horror films in a row. It worked just like you said. I won the Z1 car model from the sweepstakes. You're the best, Mishi. So how about getting me those Mihi marvelous boots now, huh? Then I can become a real human, so we can go on walks and dance till the sun's down. This movie is just adorable, even if it does have some bite to it. No kidding. It takes a real wild turn for something geared towards kids.
Yeah, they were pouring out the theaters in tears, come to think of it. Elaine mentioned seeing this too. She gave it a rave review while we were catching up over drinks last year. Can't take the word of a Mishi nut like her at face value though.
Well, you can't just bring her up and expect me not to sink my teeth in. I've been waiting too long to hear the juicy deets on your sweet little high school escapades. I had no idea. Now you got me curious too. Van Arkwright and Elaine Auclair together. Just what sort of relationship did you have?
Alright, quit pecking at me, you starving harpies.
Wasn't this Golden Blood? Oh, Rick, I'm so sorry. Could you at least look away, sir? I'm really not used to this sort of thing. You know, this wouldn't be half as awkward if you two weren't staring a hole into the screen.
What's the problem? I'm just taking in what a great actress Judith Lanster is.
Yes, the way you portray Zoe's embarrassment is so true to life. Maybe we should rewind and give that scene a closer look. This looks like an H scene? It almost is. Because I think, if I recall, she like strips down into like her spy outfit here. Oh, you're asking for it now, Nina. Let's see how you like this. Take that. Tickle, tickle, tickle. No, have mercy, Judith. I can't see the movie. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Straight to the bed. It's like that.
Okay, now I'm really starting to feel like a third wheel. Man, you two really know how to pick them. I didn't think there was a single dud in the bunch. So what's next on the list?
Glad you asked. You're in for a real surprise. We managed to get our hands on digital copies of each of our latest films. NDA? We're breaching the NDA with this one.
Shut up, you serious? Is that even allowed?
Of course, both of them have had previous screenings these past few days anyways. We're doing a magazine collaboration with the two of us reports, where the two of us report on each other's performances. That's how we get these files. They even gave us permission to show them to a friend as long as they follow the non-disclosure agreement. There we go, okay. They have reminded us of NDAs. It's getting late though, so we'll probably only have time for one of them. And as our guest of honor, you get to decide which.
No pressure, huh?
Just pick whichever one speaks to you. You can always catch the other in theaters. Though if you'd like a recommendation, I suggest watching Judith and the Adventures of Rockford, Golden Calamity. It's a swashbuckler set in ancient ruins. The release was met with critical acclaim, so I've been looking forward to seeing it. No way. We should watch Nina and My Casablanca. It's a bittersweet story about young love at the prestigious girls' school. I've been dying to check it out.
The former is a blockbuster that hasn't been playing in any places I've gone. But the latter ain't even out in public yet. Damn, I'd hate to miss out on either one.
We get to pick? Okay, this is kind of seeming like an important pick then. Does this mean that someone gets more points? I guess we wouldn't get the brochure for these, wouldn't we? And the brochure is kind of what's important. We'll do My Casablanca.
Let's go with My Casablanca.
I win. Alright, I'll go start it up then.
I understand that. It's just...
Tokyo Xanadu soundtrack
Don't
mention?
tell me you actually believe that pen pal of yours is your dream soulmate. How juvenile. Flights of romantic fancy are all well and good, but I think it's about time you grew up, Sherry.
Her delivery is something else. I've got to start stepping up my game.
For all the insecurities Nina used to hide, she's really starting to come out of her shell.
It turned out just as I thought it would, for better or worse. I wonder if I've gotten any closer to the genuine article. Ooh-wee, I am spent. That was a real fun time though. I've been meaning to check how Nina's performance turned out.
Yeah, I got so caught up in it I almost forgot to breathe.
I'm not sure what to do with all this praise. But it really is educational for me to sit down and review my work with other people.
Man, though, I'm still reeling over the perks I get out of knowing you two. Still, part of me does feel like a brand new movie should be enjoyed on the big screen.
Don't blame you. There's no substitute for the magic of a full cinematic experience. Shoot, now I kind of feel bad for robbing you of that.
Hey, don't think twice about it. Not everyone gets an insider access to private showings like this. I'm sure I'll pay the silver screens another visit sometime soon anyways. This just gives me an excuse to go see it again.
That's very sweet of you to say. Why the long face, Nina? Oh, I was just thinking about how lucky I am to be a part of this industry. So many people take joy in our work and form opinions on the performances we give. And getting the opportunity to work with you, Mr. Gotti, Mr. Lamb, and so many others has been a blessing. It almost feels wasted on someone like me.
Huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to go on and on about myself like that. No worries, I think it's important to be grateful for what we have. Doubly for big names like us. It's all too easy to get snooty once you climb to the top. Still, Nina, modesty or not, you shouldn't put yourself down with that someone like me talk. Films are built on the talents of huge groups of people working together. No one actor comes up with their performance in a vacuum. Acting skills alone aren't enough. It takes good scripting, direction, art, sound design, even a good manager. All of those things gelling together are what make a movie, and by extension, you, the real deal. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Yes, I suppose I owe an apology for being unfair. To the production team, the audience, and myself most of all. Right. Have some confidence, Nina. There's no one else out there who's quite like you. Van and I can vouch for how amazing you are, and so can the people watching you on screen. I appreciate that.
Hell, even if you weren't an actress, our opinion probably wouldn't change. I think you'd be surprised at how well the fans would take this genuine offstage version of you.
Huh? Come to think of it, maybe the several drinks we had were to blame, but I feel as though I've been a little unprofessional this evening. Join the club. This is the same vibe as me hanging out in the living room back home.
I'm pretty used to it with Judith. This was my first time seeing a more personal side of you. Still, it's just another part of what makes you Nina Fenley. You've still got a lot to figure out at your age, but as long as you don't lose sight of yourself, things will turn out just fine.
Right, I'll take that to heart. Thank you both. Maybe someday I'll learn to have the same self-confidence they have.
On the flip side, I'm not sure I've ever seen you get so mentorly, Judith. I figured even the folks at the talent agency were on their eyes trying to keep your bungling butt out of trouble.
My butt is not bungling. Wait, people don't actually do that, do they, Nina? Oh, now that's neither here nor there. Anyways, why don't we chat a while about what we just watched? I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of these scenes.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I could stand to hit the sauce a little more anyways.
Hey, don't dodge the question. Van and Nina continued to give their undeterred... wait, let me read that again. Van and Nina continued giving the undeterred Judith a hard time as the trio concluded their marathon with a short bit of film discussion.
I very much enjoyed that. Although, I'm a little embarrassed that you saw me acting so different from how I am in public.
Don't sweat it. I've already dropped the facade around this group a long time ago. Wait. That's not what I meant. Hey, what's with that smug grin?
By the way, in 4 hours, I haven't clicked the link, but is this the video to the Sky demo?
It is.
We will be there. Well, I don't know if I'll be there. That's kind of late. We'll think about being there if I'm still awake. Okay. That wasn't too bad. It wasn't a fairy errand by far, but I mean, I thought it was okay.
Planner launched!
And now let's get some lore. Upon seeing Celis and Leon heading out, Van decided to follow in their direction. In time, he began to hear the distinct sounds of swords clashing. Are they just like training? You're wide open. Ha! Says who?
They came here for a little spar, huh? That answers that question. Guess I'll just leave him to it then.
Oh, seen enough already? Surely you didn't come all this way just to leave without so much as a hello to your fellow pupils.
Whoops, didn't mean no disrespect. Just trying to stay in my lane. I spotted the two of you leaving and thought something might be up. I came by to scope things out. As well as gain some insight as to why we're on Nemeth, I take it. I won't deny caution is a virtue, even when it comes to those you once joined hands with. Okay, you saw right through me. Just let me off with a slap on the wrist and I'll scram.
Yeah, then make like a tree and actually... Yeah, hold that thought. Maybe you showed up at the just right time.
Huh?
Celis, I don't like the look in your eye. Aw, lighten up for once. How often do we get a chance like this? We were thinking of taking a break after sweating it out a bit. We brought some of the good stuff, so why don't you stick around?
The good stuff? Few bottles of booze on a full moon, huh? Classy. To be honest, I was hoping you would have some Holy City sweets to pass around. But I can roll with this, too.
Did you really believe we'd slip out in the dead of the night to have some dessert? We could always keep the alcohol to ourselves if you're going to complain.
Who's complaining? Well, I will say I prefer my booze a little more on the sugary side. Still, nothing beats Eastern liquor when it comes to moon gazing.
You really know what's up. Father Bark, I mean, Master Beauregard would take a sip under the moon every once in a while back when he was in Arteria. It was something he used to do with his fellow martial artist, so I wanted to see what all the hype was about. Sharing the same drink the way we share the same master. Makes for a pretty good setup, am I right?
Unexpected company notwithstanding. This chilled long lie rice wine is one master himself recommends. They happen to have it at the restaurant, so I placed an order. There are only enough snacks for two, though, so do try to imbibe responsibly. Sure, and sorry for crashing the party. I've been meaning to bring this up, but y'all are really attached to the master, huh? Gotta say, it feels a little hero worshipy.
You watch your mouth. What's so wrong with showing the man some respect, huh? It's not just us either. Mentioning the roaring line to anyone in the Grossritter and... Simmer down, Celis.
He is an ignorance no explanation can cure.
Now, why don't we begin with the moon while the moon is still in full view? Oh, right. Well, better late than never. To Master Beauregard, may he remain safe and in good health. Cheers.
Cheers. In time, the conversation began to pick up as the trio regaled one another with old tales about Beauregard. After a good several drinks, they soon found themselves rather inebriated.
So me and Leon went to the master and said, "Look, we're begging you to find a hobby outside of work. Next time we meet, he rides in on his new wheels with a big old grin on his face. We were happy to see the guy, but yeesh.
I think that was your influence at work, then. The austere model knight we called Master was decked out in biker gear, and genuinely taken with it at that. It was rather conflicting, suffice it to say. Hey, his fashion sense is all his own business. Not that I wasn't prepared to take the blame anyways.
What do you expect? The man's our idol, but you're the apple of his eye. He's got a whole lot of other students too, so you better batten down your hatches, pal."
Other students, huh? Seems like he has plenty within the church alone. Let's see, there's you two, the vice captain. Oh yeah, what about that porcupine head you guys were working with?
Kevin Reese!
I didn't realize you and Kevin were acquainted, but no, he had a different instructor.
Yeah, we know that was different. We saw it happen. That was Sky the Third.
She passed at a young age, but the influence she had on the lives of him and his partner Reese endures to this day.
Still, I think all of us younger Dominions see Master as a mentor on some level. Yeah, Onion and now Porcupine. Yeah, I mean, with the style change of, like, Azure, or the style change of Zero, the, like, crossbow art, not very Onion-like. The spikes have been laid low, swept back. He has become a porcupine. It does feel weird to call him an onion, looking at him with this art. He's been around even longer than Ein and Thomas, so the number of people he's taken under his wing is more than I can count. Wait, Bearguard's been around longer than Ein and Thomas? Huh. Wazi and Abbas? But as far as martial arts go, his most respectable student is probably Wazi's right-hand man. You mean Abbas? I heard he studied the Kunlun style under Master Beauregard directly. Though it seems he'd recently had his hands full looking after a number of, shall we say, colorful new comrades. Oh, right, because they taught the Testaments, huh? He probably had to teach every single one of the Testaments. Or no, because the Testaments were already. It was the other group. Because he became a squire, right. Hey, the fact that he can keep them all in line shows how much discipline Master beat into him. No offense, but the more I hear about these people, the more off the wall you folks sound. Well, we do come from all walks of life. This may sound odd coming from me, but his youngest pupil is likely the least objectionable of the bunch. Yeah, Gaius is a little squeaky clean, ain't he? Oh, Gaius, for someone so young, he's pretty much had his crap together from the get-go. He was born and immediately locked in. Since Master risked his life and transferred his stigma to the guy, I think he was keen on training him to the brink, though he didn't get the chance. As a native to the Highlands and the alumni of Thor's Academy Special Class, Gaius serves as a reminder for us not to fall behind. And unlike a certain someone, I feel there is much to learn from a sincere and diligent example. Would it kill you to stop sneaking jabs at me every other sentence? Damn though, you got so many stories to dig into that I don't even need any snacks. Speaking of which, you two have been together a pretty long time now, huh? As a duo, I mean. That's the best word for it after seeing the way you mesh. I just get the impression stigma users ain't usually so buddy-buddy in the Grossritter. Really diving in deep there, huh? Me and Leon aren't an item, if that's what you're thinking. Thank heavens for small miracles. The hell you mean by that, asshole? I wasn't trying to imply anything. Just the hard stuff making me curious is all. I won't press the issue if you'd rather not talk about it. Well, I don't see the benefit in being cagey. You raise a valid point. It's rare for Dominions to team up with one another in lieu of a squire. Chalk it up to us knowing each other for over a decade. We got Master Beauregard to thank for that. Damn, it really is big lore. This is giant lore. Right around the time I made Dominion, he brought in some other pouty little punk from Idios knows where. Little kid Celis Leon, we love to see it. Then for Idios knows why, he paired us up. I remember us butting heads from minute one. That's because in those days, Celis was the very picture of a rambunctious delinquent. She'd fly into a rage and grab me by the collar at the drop of a hat. Every day I would think to myself, why did I have to get stuck with her? Think? How you said it straight to my face. But yeah, that's more or less how it was for a while. When we were partners who wouldn't click. We were partners who just wouldn't click. No way, no how. But then, well, let's just say shit happened. After that, things started to change a little. Suddenly, this jagoff who pushed my every button became the one person I trusted to have my back more than anybody. All according to Master Beauregard's designs, no doubt. He knew that our abysmal chemistry would eventually give way to an unparalleled bond of trust. That from the dark brands both of us bore would come from the frost and flames we used to support each other. Crap, I can feel my cheeks getting all blushy. It's your own fault for letting the liquor loosen your lips. A little forethought might do you some good next time. This is why the vice captain always refers to you as a raging bull, you realize. Like you're one to talk, getting all shit-faced and running your mouth. Oh, wait. That's how you are sobered too. Not Sue and Gray moment. Not Sue and Gray. We're unfamiliar with it. Is that Is that Soul Eater? Or is that Bleach? That sounds like one of the, like shonen. Fairy Tail, thank you. Master really knew what he was doing pairing you up. Finally get how you two lasted for so long for a square peg and round hole. Circle to square? Or sphere to square? Watch it, wise guy. I do believe we've overstepped the point of discretion. That said, Van, turnabout is fair play. Don't think you're getting out of this without your own little trip down memory lane. I figured this would circle back to me eventually. You're right, though. I probably owe you two an explanation about what happened back then. With you and Master Bearguard, you mean? Ah, son of a... We're out of booze, Leon. Man, how the hell did we knock these things back so quickly? Let's take that as a sign to wrap things up. This conversation has dragged on long enough. We wouldn't want to hold Van up any more than we already have. I guess not. I'll just get out of your hair and make my way back then. It was fun talking with you guys. Yeah, same here. Van made his farewells to Leon and Celis, feeling pleasantly uplifted by the drinks they'd shared. After sobering up a bit in the cool night air, he decided to get back down to business.
I don't intend to make these little meetups a regular occurrence, but I suppose there's no harm in having a chat from time to time.
You're just a big old softy underneath it all, aren't you, Leon? Anyhow, next time we get together to shoot the shit, we'll make you spill your guts.
It's gonna be so hard for me not to just lock in with this one. This one was really good. We might just lock in with this one. It might not be optimal, but I feel like just seeing everyone was cool. I like that one. We're staying. That's the one.
Hello there. Thank you.
Okay, now we have 7 activities to burn through. We get to make cocktails with 7 people. And everyone's probably gonna make something a little different. Who to invite? Our enraged members can get their drinks non-alcoholic, so anybody's fair game. Maybe I should look at my party list. Anyone just need like 20? Fairy could get to 3. Catra's getting close too. We'll do like everyone that's like really close. Judith only needing 40 is kind of nice. Ren 40. So we're kind of doing like a cocktail with all the kids. Besides Agnes. Besides Agnes, Swin, and Nadia. Because like Ren is really close. Catra's really close. Fairy's actually there. No Yume. Here, we'll make one with Fairy first since she's at 15. Fairy, make a cool cocktail.
This workshop requires the participants create an original cocktail using ingredients they've gathered themselves. We have all the basic components here, but you'll need to provide an extra layer to both the flavor and presentation. I'm at this flush with vegetation, so harvest any 2 you'd like and bring them back here.
Wow, mixing cocktails at a bar at night? That's about as grown up as it gets.
Just don't forget, underage guests can only make mocktails.
Oh, you know what Aaron told me. Getting blackout drunk makes you even more of an adult.
Deadbeat one, maybe. Anyways, what you'll be having won't even get you tipsy.
Oh, we actually have to go like... Meow. What did I unlock? Bonds maxed. Damn, that's kind of far. You telling me I had to run down like this 7 times?
So that's where it was.
Why would they do that? There's no way, right? Bitter cinnamon.
Target acquired.
If that's the case, I'm gonna have to turn up the turbo. Daybreak 2 would be too short otherwise, damn. Damn, that's crazy. I must prepare myself to lock in to run it down 7 times. With the help of the chef back at the bar, the pair managed to complete their original cocktails.
Ooh-wee, that's the stuff.
It tastes just as good as it looks.
So, you used orange curacao as a base, huh? Yep, then I added mint and cinnamon. I call it the exotic cow. I don't know, I hope that's how I say it. Exotic is right. This flavor is pretty unique, especially for a mocktail. I don't really know what a grown-up would like, but I tried to picture myself as one and channeled that into the drink. Oh yeah? In that case, you've got a bright future ahead of you. You better stick around and watch me get there then. And so Van and his companion indulged in a short spell of evening refinement, sipping their cocktails all the while. Oh, achievement. Participated in every event.
Hello there. Thank you.
Alright, next up. Internet connection for your PC dropped. Woof. 2 times speed is your friend, I believe. That's rough though. Gatra's next. Making cocktails is the last thing I expected to get drafted into. Scared you make a mess of it? On the contrary, doing scientific experiments has already familiarized me with the combining of liquids step by step. I'd even say I have a knack for it. Not to comparing apples to oranges there. I know, but try to have a little faith in me at least. They should let us take the car.
Not this way.
Alright, yeah, that's nuts that they make you do this 7 times. Gameplay. General? That's pretty fast. Grabbing sea salt from the beach like this is crazy.
Maybe this'll work?
Am I always gonna have to run it back here for like... Okay, let's see. More cinnamon? Honey.
Maybe this'll work?
Rolling around at the speed of sound. With the help of the chef back at the bar, yeah. Oh, the salt rim? I call it the electrolyte. As the name implies, it's a non-alcoholic cocktail inspired by energy drinks. I have meticulously measured out all the ingredients in order to supply the drinker with salt and sugar at optimal efficiency. Oh, let's see how well it works then.
Oh, it's sweet. Hell yeah. I'll take 20 more.
Yeah, that's right, we make Gatorade!
Ah, that was great.
Honestly, I was a little worried the taste would be a deal breaker. Seems I dodged that bullet though. Yeah, this would make a perfect way to cap off a long, exhausting day. It's soothing to sip to swallow. From sip to swallow, almost like you infuse some of your own gentle soul into it. A bit on the corny side, but I won't complain. So Van and his companion, yep. Van would have had me blush if he said that to me. Okay, next up, Ren. Cocktails made for ourselves, by ourselves, using our own hand-picked ingredients. How positively charming. It doubles as a nighttime stroll around the island too. These luxury villas really know how to craft an experience. You have to keep in the spirit and act as a gallant escort then. Or as my gallant escort then. More sea salt?
So that's where it was.
Okay, what is Ren thinking as an ingredient then? What do they got all the way out here? Chilies? Crimson Glory Vine.
Right, let's use this.
Sounds fancy.
Of course.
Right.
I'll take the lead.
With the help of the shelf, yep. That's the usual. This is the same thing.
That's the stuff.
Oh, but the other one was like an orange bottom.
My, that was quite good. A pity that it's non-alcoholic, however.
Ren? Sure, but the flavor draws you in so much that you barely even notice that. Who knew you were such a mixologist? I pushed myself to create something that would appeal to an adult palate. It's good to know the effort paid off. I call it the Noble Chanton. My vision was a cocktail that reflected the flair of an elegant and mature vacation. Well, being a grown-up comes with a whole bundle of strings attached. There's only a handful or so of us going about things elegantly. The words certainly couldn't describe the crude, mulish way you live your life. Still, I do hold a fondness for it. Gee, thanks. For the record, I can be just as elegant as the next guy when I'm in vacation mode. Oh, in that case, how about joining me for one more round? You're on. Nice. Alright, so those are the for sures. And I guess from this point on, it's like, who am I curious to see? We love, honestly, like all of it, like Arkwright Solutions is a for sure. How about like Reset? Our reconnaissance earlier today revealed a myriad of applicable ingredients throughout the island. I'm a bit lost, however, on what the ideal choice would be. What we combine will influence the flavor a great deal. This is supposed to be an original cocktail, so you probably want something that reflects you as a person. What I'm trying to say is, just pick whatever tickles your fancy. Very well, I shall do just that. Oh, back here? Down here. More blue caviar.
I believe we can make use of this.
I don't know if I want caviar in my drink. Caviar and
I
coconut.
believe we can make use of this.
This sounds more like a meal than it does a drink.
Understood.
Oh, that looks good though. Damn, that crystal clear color's gorgeous. The summer sky was my inspiration. I call it the cerulean heart. Please give it a try. Gladly.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
The flavor is sublime, if a little unusual.
It's just as refreshing as it looks. The little bits of blue caviar are a nice touch. That bracing sensation was exactly what I intended. It took quite a bit of trial and error to achieve it. Wouldn't be a Reset original without a splash of elbow grease. Thanks for always going above and beyond. You're very welcome. Aaron's next. Aaron and then Agnes. Now this is what I call service. Time to whip up a one-way ticket to Shipface Central. Hey, don't go throwing in anything too crazy. I gotta drink your poison too, you know. Oh, come off it, Pops. You telling me even your booze needs to be sugared up? Or even your booze needs to be sugared up? I'm just worried about the kid in front of me who's about to hit the bottle so hard it'll hit him back. Says you.
I could go for some fishing.
Wildberry?
This must be it.
Keep your distance as you're attacking.
And then Crimson Glory Vine.
Oh, this must be it.
Van is 110% getting all his steps in for the day.
That's the good shit right there.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
Well,
My spiked punch up to the snuff or what? Tastes how it looks, more or less. But damn, you couldn't have made this drier if you tried. That's how it should be. When balls to the wall in the alcohol content too. Otherwise, what's the fun in drinking it all? You're already feeling the buzz, yeah? I'll say. Hits you like, well, a punch, and leaves you wanting more. Bottoms up then. I'll haul your ass back up to your room if you black out. What kind of lightweight do you take me for, damn punk?
I would die. Fuck, but after we hang out with Agnes, I mean, there's Judith too. Oh, let's look at this. I'm kind of curious about like Shizuna, but then we lose out. Anya should not be drinking. We're gonna hang out with Shizuna. I say that, but like I let Fairy drink. Every other kid was able to drink except Anya's. Pretty neat that they let you collect your own ingredients. Does that mean we can use Beast Essence and Monster Hearts? Of course we'd have to hunt some down first.
Nothing doing.
Why not? We Easterners use that stuff pretty often for medicinal drinks.
Does this look like a sick room to you? Just do me a favor and pick something normal.
Is it gonna be normal? It's gonna be fucked up, ain't it? Like animal excrement. Amber syrup.
So that's where it was.
Hibiscus. Oh, hibiscus.
This one seems okay.
Huh. Hibiscus is what they make Jamaica out of, right? Jamaica's really good. I like Jamaica. Let me double check that. Jamaica. Yeah, this is hibiscus. Iced hibiscus tea. Good shit. We did not expect it. With the help of the chef back at the bar, the pair managed to complete their original cocktails. That is white. This is a layered drink I'm calling Snow, Moon, and Flower. Not too shabby if I say so myself. Top part's the snow, the bottom's the moon, and the garnish on top's a single flower. Pretty artsy of you. Hey, a drink like this is just begging for a certain level of refinement. Tossing things in all willy-nilly would be no better than picking a fight at random.
Not too convincing coming from someone who brawls first and asks questions later.
True, but I choose my opponents carefully. You're always on the list of candidates though, man. She is like Majima.
Don't suppose you can withdraw my nomination. For the rest of eternity, ideally.
Every battle is a once-in-a-lifetime event. I'd like to think of each one as something worth treasuring. Just like this cocktail.
I think I follow. I never experienced the exact same flavor twice. And I have to keep that in mind while it's going down.
Ooh, that's the stuff.
So, this is a special blend you can't get anywhere else. Well, it sure is good.
Pretty good. Okay, and you know what? Maybe Judith will not get a cocktail. Maybe we should hang out with Agnes. Agnes. Because we have Anya, Swin, Nadia, Elaine, Nina, Zeta, Marielle. Honestly, the bottom three are maybe not in the running. So it's kind of between everyone else that remains. Wait, I just remembered. We could have a drink with Elaine. Let's do that. It would be best to avoid drinking, given my agenda the next few days.
But they do say alcohol in moderation can be good for one's health.
Very well, I'll come along. One glass is a pick-me-up, couldn't hurt.
So that's where it was.
Let's give this a try.
We did it. All 7. Meet the smellless lady. It's a white lady with mint flavoring added in.
Should have figured you'd use your favorite as a base.
Oh, what makes you think it's my favorite?
It's what you always had whenever the 3 of us went to Bermati's. You ordered one the last time we were at Chino's place too, remember?
Astute as ever.
Call me a sap, but I never forget the first time you and me had a drink together.
Get married. Oh? Well, I hope you remember this one just as well. I put a piece of myself into that after all.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. Alright, then what are we waiting for? Bottoms up.
Ooh-wee, that's the stuff.
Aw, she doesn't get voice? What might Ms. Mouse Lady represent? I've heard every cocktail has a symbolic meaning.
You say something?
No, not at all. Just offering some food for thought. That's tragic! Everyone else said something! Damn. We know who Falcom is shipping Van. Damn. Shizuna. Hold on. Did Agnes get a voice? Foraging at night sounds kind of thrilling, almost like an adventure.
We've already seen most of the island though. And the resort will only be so dangerous even after hours. But if it's an adventure you want, we could always spice up our cocktails with something way out of left field.
Let's not say we did. Shinhai Rock.
I believe we can make use of this.
Ah, so coconut and hibiscus.
I believe we can make use of this.
What? Van didn't even get a choice? It's all Agnes's idea?
That was so good.
Oh, it's sweet. Hell yeah. I'll take 20 more.
I take it you like my flowery fizz, Van.
Minus points for the lack of booze, but it goes down easy and the texture's velvety smooth. The floral aroma gives it a nice relaxing vibe too.
I'm glad you enjoy it so much.
I didn't even get to the presentation. The pink color and red petals really add some cute factor. Takes after you in that way.
That's very kind thing to say. Van, is the alcohol starting to get to you?
Could be.
Crazy. Elaine didn't get a fucking voice! Okay. Think that's everything we should be doing? Yeah, we return to our room. Ready for the next big cliffhanger.
Gotta head back to my room and get some shut-eye. If anything's gonna happen, it'll be tomorrow. Better wrap up any business I've got tonight before bed.
After a long day, Van decided to return to his room at the villa.
As soon as he hit the bed, he was out like a light.
I mean, after all that walking? Sure. All that walking, all that alcohol? March 15th, 12:09, 6:45 a.m. They're early risers.
Last one to that island and back is a rotten egg.
You're on. Your ass is getting fried, small fry.
There's no end to their energy, I swear.
Damn. Them acting like that actually really made me want to go to a beach. I've never like stayed beachside like that. I feel like waking up and going into the ocean sounds like such a vibe.
Ah, well. At least they've chilled out some compared to yesterday.
You're becoming more of a doting father by the day.
Wife?
Well, look at that. We're neighbors. You and I are basically in sniffing distance, but we're still in different buildings. Kinda weird, isn't it?
Sniffing distance is a weird thing to say. What do you mean by that?
You took the words right out of my mouth. Good morning, Van.
Morning to you, too. Never thought I'd see the day when we'd exchange good mornings at a resort like this.
Oh? I seem to recall a certain someone promising we would go to Michelin together someday. I know a lot has changed between us since then, but it's nice to think about us still doing it one day, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
These two.
So, you guys have any luck finding leads?
Oddly enough, no. I'd like to believe that's a sign there's no sinister plot at work here, but doesn't seem likely.
Yeah, ain't a chance in hell. He's gonna act before too long. I can smell it.
I can feel it too. As you know, I'm still a bracer, and my duty to the guild comes before anything else. But that doesn't mean we can't lean on each other. I'm counting on you, Van.
Right. When the time comes, I hope you'll have my back too.
The two of them chatted for a while until eventually it was time for breakfast. After parting ways with Elaine, Van headed towards the restaurant. Once he and his friends finished eating, the discussion shifted to what they should do next. Okay, what's our plan for today? Yeah, what's left to do on this island? We did most of the fun stuff already. I don't think that's what she meant by plan, Nadia. You're not wrong though, we blew through all the normal vacation activities yesterday. You and Elaine already exchanged information earlier this morning, right? Uh-huh, but I can't say either of us got much out of it. We're all in the dark here. I left Vio's sensors on all night, and they didn't pick up on anything, unfortunately. But even so, I'm starting to think today won't be as peaceful as yesterday. I concur. If there wasn't any looming threat, Mr. Al-Fayed would not have been dispatched here. Thought that four-eyed bastard and his loyal guard dog would have shown their ugly mugs unless they had a good reason. Yeah, there's no way Harwood would have brought us all here unless he had something big planned. Whatever the case, we're gonna have to widen the scope of our investigation if we're gonna get to the bottom of this. We never ended up checking out those underdeveloped islands, so why don't we head over that way for... Van? What's gone into... you? Ah.
Huh? That's the boy from Messeldom!
And that outfit. Could he be...
Hey! Hold it right there!
It's gonna get very bad. I think we're gonna get time traveled.
Where'd he go?
There! How'd he do that?
Must be that shadow ability of his.
I'm gonna strangle that little bastard!
Isn't he...
Come on, we're going after him.
Don't think I'm gonna let you get away. Not this time.
Why would he show up now?
I'd be lying if I said that didn't bug me, but we don't got time to mull over this. Let's tail him.
Wait. Why am I sensing... No, it couldn't be.
Dawson? Praising the sun, are we?
This cool morning air just goes right through you. I made the right choice going out for a little stroll. It's just what I needed to clear my mind of those nightmares I keep having about losing my job. Oh, up rather early, aren't we? I'd like to enjoy my island getaway if you don't mind. Do me a favor and stay out of it. Never saw a guy get so steamed up about chilling out. Let's just leave him be and move along.
We got a chase. Let's talk to everyone on the way.
What are you doing up so early?
Sorry, that bit of late night fishing really lit a fire in me. I think I figured out the trick to luring out those deep sea creatures Shannon caught.
Oh man, I've got to be on the brink of catching something good. You know, I didn't get a wink of sleep last night. I was so focused on fishing.
Wow, you're more pumped about this than I thought you'd be. Well, I guess I'll leave you to it. Good luck.
Anyone can tell that the fishing's totally different out here compared to Edith's rivers. That's what gets me so fired up. My plan for today is to bring in a giant haul, then we can have the village chiefs cook up a feast for us.
Shannon and I pulled another all-nighter yesterday. We can't let that stop us from making the most of this vacation, though. It'd be a waste otherwise. Maybe I'll do some light exercise to get my blood moving before I go push Shannon out of bed. Mr. Morley, are you still, like, saying some foreboding-ass shit?
It must be nice having the energy to rollick about early in the day. Now, if you excuse me, I've got a ship to inspect and a wharf to clean.
Yeah, how are we doing on time? I'll probably do like another 15 minutes. Or if like something big happens.
I thought this place was sealed off.
It was yesterday. Did he run through here?
I'll see if I can track him with a shard search.
Theo, Zeros, try to get a lock on him too.
Understood.
It's gonna close behind us, isn't it? It didn't close behind us. I was expecting it to do that.
There they are!
That was easy.
Whoa! You old-timers actually kept up with me. I'm impressed. Okay, not really. You following us here was all part of the plan, so...
Yeah, you're pretty quick on your feet for being dumb old farts. But you're not very quick on the uptake, are you?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a trap.
No, you did not just call me a... Hey, wait a second.
These two are eerily similar.
Well, I did know that you two looked alike. But now that I'm seeing you side by side, I'm guessing you're siblings. Or maybe even twins?
S, do you think it's them?
Yeah, more than likely.
Alrighty, that's enough about us. We'll let that old bag of bones do the talking from here.
Fucking Harwood is here.
My. You two have really been putting your nose to the grindstone this morning. I could learn a thing or two from your work ethics.
For real, my dude. You've been working us like a damn slave driver. It's cool, though. We get that it's all part of the build-up to your master plan.
Yeah, but that doesn't change the fact that I need a nice, long nap. You're on your own for a while, okay?
Of course. You do what you want to do, and as always, I'll do what I want to do.
He just turns around and like shoots us. That's his whole plan.
It's him.
You really need to work on your surprise twist game. You were about as subtle as a sledgehammer, Mr. E.H. AKA Elroy Harwood, the fourth Anguis of Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, my friends. It's been much too long. So, you had me figured out from the start, did you?
He has a cool design, though.
I see you're all enjoying your vacation on my little slice of paradise. How delightful. Now tell me, when did we last meet? Was it during that pandemonium incident last year? Oh dear, how time flies.
I know you.
You're the one responsible for the creation of the gardens.
I didn't realize you two knew him.
Oh yes, I've heard all about you. You're the little ones who took down the big bad emperor, aren't you? I suppose I should offer you my thanks. I sought the destruction of the gardens last year, and you saved me a fourth of the work. Job well done.
You can keep your thanks.
Yeah, it's not like we did it for you.
Normally, I'd have jumped at the chance to enjoy a little vacation. Too bad you're the one footing the bill.
I don't know, if my op was footing the bill for like a vacation hangout with the oomphs, I think I'd like that, because that means they're losing money on my behalf.
So what's with the twins? They your underlings or something?
And that means everything we dealt with in Messeldom and Longport was
The work of this toxic rat bastard.
Who, me? I did no such thing. Trust me. If I could take credit for Zect Arms's quaint little rampage and Heiyue's hair-raising bout of palace politics, I would.
Don't play dumb. Ix was the one behind everything in Messeldom. And I'd bet my career on you putting him up to that.
Not to mention, Heiyue received a great deal of support from behind the scenes. You might not have been around in the capital as of late, but there's no doubt in my mind that you were involved in what happened there.
Time to fess up. Why'd you send out those invitations? And don't say to write a rave review of your island getaway spot, because I won't buy it.
He should just say that.
Oh, I was hoping we could relish in the build-up some more. Where's your sense of drama? Although I can't blame you for wanting to get straight to the point, considering what it is you're looking for.
I take it you have it in your possession, then? One of the fragments of the 8th Genesis, I mean.
Give the little lady a read, and she thinks she can take the whole Selge. Before I answer your question, I'll fire off one of my own. Just how much do you know about it?
It's a thing.
What?
What do you mean by how much?
The Oct Genesis. Prototype orbments left behind by Professor C. Epstein. They were created many decades ago, yet they exceed our modern-day technology by leaps and bounds. So, what do you think they're for?
They were used in the experiments that eventually brought about our current orbital technology. What else would they be for?
Oh, come now. I think you and I both know that's not all there is to it. Almada used them to bring about disasters unlike anything mankind has ever seen. A resurrected undead, the tyrant, mind control with drugs, the singularity, and the monitoring of the Death Game's rules. And the grandest of all was the finale. Pandemonium. Or so I thought.
Yeah, I'm a little, like, at a loss for what else could happen with these things.
But I was wrong. What's happening now is far, far grander, don't you think?
He must mean... But how could he know?
You've been beating around the bush for a while now. Get to the point.
Is it the time travel thing? Like...
Feigning ignorance won't do you much good at this stage, kid. Say, why don't you share with the rest of the class, Arkride? Tell us, how does it feel to die?
Okay, well, he's just talking about the Genesis and not like the Genesis as a whole.
There you are.
Van!
Oops. Looks like we're fresh out of time.
The way he said oops, though.
Elaine!
And Prince Sharid!
We all saw you rush out of the villa earlier.
We were wondering why the gates were wide open. Didn't realize you went and found the Oathbreaker.
Actually, we didn't.
It was more like he led us here.
Oh, that's odd.
Indeed. That's not our chief concern, though. We need to restrain that man.
I suppose there's no getting the jump on you.
These guys,
So-
damn.
And they aren't the only new arrivals.
You're a hard man to find, Oathbreaker.
Okay, next up, Shizuna. And, what was it? Kurogane?
Our supercilious vice captain friend isn't, however.
We're only here to see to this heretic's execution.
Target confirmed.
Got bored of playing hide and seek, hmm?
Execute G4 protocol. Seize the target.
Damn, we're kind of all just on this cliff. It's crazy. He could kill like all of like Zemuria, or like all of Calvard's like hopes and dreams in like one fucked up little move.
Yes, sir.
Kasim! Ikaruga, the Grawl Spreader, and even the monks from Iscariot are all in attendance.
Look at how late you made us! You incompetent imbeciles!
You're in my way, lady. I'm real curious to see how you weasel your way out of this one. You got nowhere to run and nowhere to hide.
The jig is up, my dear. You are surrounded by some of the greatest powerhouses on the continent.
Yeah, deadass. It's like we walked up to the one villain guy with like 90 guys. Everyone's gonna get their word in, and then we're all gonna punch this asshole.
Even the 2 enforcers came.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like they're here to help him.
My, oh my. I'm in a bit of a pickle, aren't I? Care to lend your dear old boss a hand, Retzi? And what say you, Walter?
I say no freaking way.
We do not take orders from traitors of the society. It is about time you reaped what you sowed, my dear.
Huh?
What did she just say?
I thought as much. You really are in hot water then.
Evidently so. Guess I should have kept the twins around for a little longer. I'm not going to be able to pull off the ultimate crime with all these loose ends. My savant lawbreaker reputation's on the line. So I really should correct that, huh? Perhaps I'm getting rusty in my old age.
You sure like to run your mouth. Keep that up and I'll rip it clean off.
I'm sure he's hatching some sort of devious plot. I doubt he would have brought us all here otherwise.
Well, whatever his plan is, we'll stop it in its tracks. Then, we'll grill him for answers on what was going on behind the scenes during those incidents in Crossbell and Erebonia.
If it's my plan you're worried about, don't be. I've already put it into motion. Oh, and since I'm such a nice guy, let me give you a warning. Don't come any closer.
What are you trying to say?
Perhaps he's trying to
He
mislead
has
us.
rigged the mountainside to blow up.
Or maybe not.
Surely he can't have an ace up his sleeve.
Why's everyone getting cold feet all of a sudden?
If Rosalie walks up and like kills us all, that's crazy.
Well, you won't hear me complaining. Now's your chance to redeem yourselves, you filthy swine! Go fetch the fragment for me!
Yes, ma'am!
Charge!
Wait!
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, damn, that's crazy. He's got like ghost matter like just floating in the air right there. That's nuts.
The hell? What's the...
Oh, she wasn't part of the push. She was behind us. Oh, damn, we all getting gassed.
He's using...
Poison.
How unfortunate. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Soon the entire island will be engulfed in my toxic haze. You may as well accept your fate.
I don't feel like that was his plan.
The civilians?
I should have known. No wonder everything felt off. You
really went and did it.
You are so very naughty.
Nadia.
Damn.
Damn it.
I could
It's
really
time
use
to raise the curtain. The performance is about to start.
some time travel
Take a
right about
seat
now.
and enjoy the show.
Yo, that Genesis ain't lighting up. Like, all right, here we go. Damn, so what? Just like don't chase the kids? Everyone is killed by Harwood's poison. If we don't chase the kids, the wind still like does some fucked up shit, no?
Where'd he go? There!
How'd he do that?
Must be that shadow ability of his.
Off he goes.
I'm gonna strangle that little bastard.
Isn't he?
Oh fuck, we all died. Huh? This feeling. What was that just now? It feels like something's going to happen. It's the same as before. Yeah, just like what happened back in Edith. Right. We better chase after him. But if we do, then this is really our only option. Maybe there's a more direct route we can take. Huh. Take the boat? Is that what it's implying? Well, we did kind of hit 45. And it does feel like a good stopping point. We did die. And I mean, we're gonna hop back on, like, on Friday, so not like we're gonna be waiting too long to figure out what happens. So I think we'll probably call it here. Just short of an hour, or just short of 2 hours, it looks like. But we started a bit later than intended, so makes sense. Yeah. That's gonna do it for me. For everyone who stopped by, for everyone who stuck around, thank you so much. Always appreciate the company. This week, all that remains, Friday, Daybreak II, Saturday, yet another karaoke stream, or yaks. And then Sunday, more Uta. GG's. Hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, evening.
Okay, here goes.
Where's your set?
Okay.
Right, very well.
It won't let me get close. Let me get close to like a proper wall.
We must hurry.
This works. Very close. GG's.